All right, flight crew, let's try this again. So we have to do everything over again because the last video we just shot is not going to make it on YouTube. So the YouTube people are going to jump in and be like, what is going on? I don't know what's happened here. So we're going to have to go everything all over again, flight crew. So I apologize if you were just on the last video where the plane was not booting up the way we wanted. So flight crew, so YouTube, you guys are just jumping in. First off, let me just start everything. Let's start the stream over again, flight crew, because YouTube, what happened was the plane was not starting up the way we wanted. Since you guys get the video after Twitch, people, every time we hit the external power, the plane would not turn on. The front displays, everything right here, would not turn on, which they are supposed to do. So we had to restart the stream, which means we had to restart the monologue, which I was just going over. So let me say it again, flight crew. It's been over 2 weeks since I've flown, flight crew. The reason why is because I had an eye infection. The eye infection prevented me from flying because of the lighting, and it was just constantly dripping with fluid, and I had to put drops in it, antibiotic drops in it. It just had an eye bug that got in my eyes. It's taken me about over 2 weeks since we've flown, flight crew, to get rid of it. Right now it feels great. The lights are not affecting everything. I'm coming back to being normal. So that's why I've been gone for so long, haven't flown for a minute. It's because I've had some an infection with my eye that I've been trying to deal with, flight crew. So now that I'm back and it's Thursday, which means we are live, we just tried doing the stream again, and the plane would not boot up for some reason. Our front displays would not work, like I was mentioning earlier, flight crew. So all my YouTube people, you didn't see that first part because that video won't make it, but that's the reason why we're doing for the second video, so the weird startup I'm not familiar with, because the plane wouldn't start up when we wanted to. So other than that, like, let's try it again. Let's see if we can get this plane started up, and let's see what we can get from there. So once again, go to the AI. AI is probably going to be on, as always. Yep. Turn them off. Okay, here we go. Slide over. So we're going to slide over here to the middle, flight crew. We're going to hit this external power, and that should boot up our front. There we go. Our front displays are on, flight crew. We're making progress. Yes. Holy hell. So, front displays are finally on. These did not turn on last time, flight crew. So YouTube people, when we just booted up the plane, we hit that external power, which we just hit right here. We hit that external power. Our front displays did not turn on. They would not turn on. We tried restarting Microsoft Flight Simulator, still didn't turn on. Like I said, they did do an update. The Airbus A19, Airbus 319, the 318, and the 321, I believe, all got updated through Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I think that maybe that was it. I didn't start the Xbox. So other than that, flight crew, let's go ahead and start everything from the beginning. So first off, let me start off by saying, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another flight. Welcome to another stream. I am your host. I am your captain, Phoenix Black Knight. We're playing the Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox X, ladies and gentlemen. Flight crew, welcome. It's been a minute. Had the eye problem I explained earlier on this video. Had an eye infection. But I'm better now. Ready to fly. It's been a minute since we've flown and been interacting with each other, so I'm glad to be back, flight crew. Hope you guys are back. Let's get our briefing going, and let's get this flight up in the way, shall we, since we're already behind schedule with the startup. So right now, flight crew, we are on the ground in Denver. That's where we last left off. We went from Salt Lake City into Denver, then we had that 2 weeks off because of my eye thing. Now that that's feeling better, we're going to go from Denver into my home state. That's right, I said it. Let me say it again so you hear it. My home state, Phoenix, Arizona. That's where we're going, flight crew. We're going to go home. I'm calling it. We're going home. We are going home, flight crew. We are going to Phoenix. So we hit the external power, and our front displays are up and running. Let's zoom out real quick so you can see the plane that we're rocking. We are rocking Frontier 320neo is what we're flying today. Flight crew, we are Frontier 320neo is what we're riding today. We are down in Denver. Denver is always popping as always. We are at gate 30. A30 is at the gate that we're at right now. Alpha 30 is where we can find our plane. So there she is right there, Frontier. I was telling everybody in the last video, YouTube, Frontier has done me dirty personally on flights, as in canceling flights, delayed. So I was on a hiatus strike on flying Frontier levers on the Microsoft Flight Simulator just because I had a bitter taste for Frontier. Didn't want anything to do with them. Shouldn't even give them a shout out on here. But time has passed and time has healed all. So we are going to give them a shout out on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Am I going to actually buy a ticket with them to fly with them? No, because they're just not reliable in my opinion. I've had more problems with Frontier personally flying with them than good. So personally myself, I'm not going to fly with them. But we are going to give them a nice little shout out. We are going to give them a nice little flying on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Why not? And it is a gorgeous looking plane. I mean, it does look nice. I like the wolf on the back. It looks, yeah, just personally not going to do it. So anyway, With that being said, let's go ahead and get our plane ready for passengers. So let's slide over here to the middle. We already hit the external power. We have that on. Let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. Perfect. Right here, flight crew. Got our fuel pumps on. Battery 1 and battery 2, we'll leave them off at now because we're rocking the external power. Let me try that again. Battery 1 and battery 2, we're going to leave those off because we are right now rocking the external power is what we got right now. We're going to hit the internal bleed on. We're going to hit the internal master. We're going to leave that right now. No smoking sign comes on. The seatbelt sign comes on. Our dome light comes on at this time as well. Right here, overhead lights, we're going to go ahead and make sure those are up and right. Nav light comes on as well at this time, and that is it for the lights as of now. Right display right here on the far right, we're going to brighten that up because we're going to create our flight plan into Phoenix, Arizona. So we're going to make that bright as we can right now. There's that, and then we're going to go ahead and brighten that as well. All right, so right there, let's go to the ATC. We're going to go to ground services. We're going to go ahead and request our fuel. No, that takes the longest, so we'll request fuel now. All right, there it is. Fuel truck's on its way to us. Also with that, we're going to go ahead and hit the request power supply on the outside as well, the external power. GPU, right here. There's the ground power here. That should be backing up and get connected to the plane. There it is, perfect. Let's go ahead and get the jetway connected so we can start the boarding process. Okay, jetway's going to be connected. Jump back inside the plane. Let's look over, see if we got JD. There he is. We haven't seen JD for a minute, flight crew. There he is, JD. He's probably like, where have you guys been, right? Oh. Master alarm is off because the main cabin door is open, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. Let's get rid of the ATC sign this time. We don't need that. What we do need to do is, now that the boarding process is going, we're going to go ahead and get our flight plan ready to go. So we'll go down to the go down to the McDo. Let's go ahead and make it bright. All right, let's go ahead and go to the init page right here. Let's go ahead and type this in. We're going to be in K Denver, KDEN. We're going to go ahead and go dash, and we're going to go in the Phoenix, which is KPHX. Ooh, I heard that starter flight crew. Did you hear that? Looks like it went away. All right, we're okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to Denver and the Phoenix. We're going to get that, hit that up there, wait for that to go in. There it is. Let's hit the return button. Perfect, like we'll get our cost index in a second. It doesn't give it right to us right away because it's the Xbox S. We'll get our cruise in a second as well to match everything. This is the best way I've found flight crew. I don't know if I told you this. I played around with this Medu and the Xbox, and it's not Xbox friendly. So the best way to get the best experience out of this, I found for me and my Xbox S, is doing it this way. If you guys found a better way to do this, please let me know. Watch my steps, see what I do. See if you play on the Xbox S or there's something else that I'm missing, or there's a better way to interact with it. Please let me know. But this is the best way that I found playing on the Xbox S to play with the McDo than just putting the flight plan at the very beginning of the screen and doing that way. So like I said, if anybody else knows, please help me out, let me know. But other than that, we'll get that in a second. We'll get that in a second. We're going to go ahead and hit our flight plan here. We'll go ahead and get into Denver. Let's hit our departure. They runs us off of Denver. Wants us off of runway. And we'll go over our briefing. As soon as we set this all up, we'll go over our briefing. Flight crew. We'll go right over. So right now, we're just going to get everything set up since we're on the boarding process. They want us off of departure to runway 25 out of Denver is what they want. So let's find runway 25. There it is. Let's go 25. They want us out with a SMM out. Right here, SMMUR. Let's verify that. SUMM. SUMMPR. Perfect. So let's go ahead and submit that in. We need a transition. Transition of Dave. DAVV. DAA. Oh, not Dave. Dave. So we're going to do a transition of that. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and hit insert. That's perfect. Then we're going to go in the Phoenix. They want us on ILS runway. And the Phoenix we're going into is a paid airport flight crew. I don't know if I guys told you that, but when we fly into Phoenix, it will be a paid airport that I bought in on the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. So we'll be going into a paid airport, but the ILS does not work on my paid airport in the Phoenix. Go figure, right? But I already know this. You guys should already know because I've kind of shown it before. So we will still get a glide slope. We'll create our own glide slope and we'll get our own glide slope, but we won't have ILS to work off of. We'll be going off of Pappy's on the left side of the runway. So 2 white, 2 red on the Pappy's. So with that being said, we will click arrivals. We're going to go ILS 26, but don't forget that ILS will not work on this type of runway. Perfect. We'll do ILS 26 with the transition of Eagle. That's what they want us at. They want us this one right here. Transition. No transition. Looks like we have, actually, do we have a transition? Eagle? Nope, no transition right there. Perfect. Let's hit insert. And no trans, right? Trans, let's see, this is the Eagle GP. Oh, we do have one. That one right there. There's our trans. We want that. Enter. Perfect. So let's go ahead, flight crew. Take a look at this. See what our cruising altitude, what they want us to be at. 23,000, 33. Looks like our cruising altitude is going to be 33,000 feet according to the flight plan on Xbox S. This is how I match. This is how the best way to get the flights go off of what they say the cruising altitude is going to be. Because I know you can get on Flight Aware and go off with the real flights, and they really fly about what 29,000 feet. Well, from Denver anyway, they fly anywhere from 35 to 38,000 feet. Flight. This one wants us at 33. I find it's the best way just to match what the McDo says than going rogue. Better flight experience, I feel. So we're going to match the McDo. So this is going to say our cruising altitude is 33,000 feet. So if we go back to our init page, here's our cruise right there. So we'll put 330. 330, and then on top of that, flight crew, we're going to go to our sim brief and put in our altitudes now that we know what it is. So right here, altitude, we're going to put in 33,000 feet. 33,000. Then we're going to hit it generate. That will give us our cost index now that we know what our flight altitude is going to be, and now we can get our cost index, and then we can go over our flight brief. Now we've got it all set up. Our cost index on this flight today, flight crew, cost index is just going to be 5. So we're going to go ahead and put 5. So we'll put that right there in the cost index. Perfect. Then we're going to go here to the page B. It looks like we got 10.6 books. Fuel's on its way. We'll get that set up in a little bit. Let's go back to the flight plan though. We're going to go ahead and check it and make sure it's set up the way we want, flight crew. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Zoom out. Flight information, we're going to put that on plan. We're going to zoom that out to 20 nautical miles. We're going to go down here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the up button on the McDo, and then you guys, flight crew, you're going to be looking right here, and we're going to make sure all of this is straight, nothing crazy we need to fix or go forward on the flight path. So we're just going to go by each vector and then see what we look. So we take off runway 25. Looks like we're kind of smooth out. Perfect. We can take that nice and smooth. Nothing crazy so far. Follow it down. All right, flight crew. And then it looks like, look at that. And then it looks like we come down. Then we're here, and then we go right in the runway 26 right there, right in the Phoenix. So off of that flight plan, we have nothing crazy, no big loops or anything we should know about. Looks like we're pretty much straight into Phoenix. So that works. There's that chop again. Did you guys hear it? What is that? My Xbox is hardwired into the internet, and I'm getting 100 megapixels. Anyway. All right, so the flight plan looks good, flight crew. So we are happy with that. I am happy with that. Let's leave it as is there. Let's go back down. Let's go to our performance page. Now that we got that entered. Here's our performance page. We'll be taking off of, let's go ahead and hit, let's see, flaps 1. We already know we're going to be taking flaps 1, so let's hit 1. Let's put that in the flaps. We're going to be taking off on flaps 1. This is going to auto-populate our V speed, so let's hit that V1. There's VR and V2. 146, 152, 157. Transition out here, they want us transition at 5,000 feet. We're going to go with the ATC on this flight plan. So we're going to ask for ATC at the very beginning. I haven't tried this. This is the first time I'm going to try it with you guys. We're going to see if we can go with ATC or if we're going to shut it off and just go off our original flight plan. So we'll see what our ATC wants. Oh, all right. On top of that, right on time, fuel just showed up. There's our fuel truck right there, flight crew, if I can show you. Fuel truck just pulled up. Perfect. We want this into gallons. That's how we got it. And our fuel. Let's see what Sainsbury says that we need for our fuel. Bulk fuel, we need 11,900 pounds. So, like we are looking right here for max fuel. We're looking on this line right here. There's 21,000. We're going to drop that down. We're going to drop that down to 11,983. So we're going to go 9,803. 9,803. So that is where we're going to do that, because we go below that, we're going to be below that, 380. Yeah, we're going to be below, so that's where we're going to be there. And our total payload is going to be 27,140. 27,000. So our total payload is right here, like we're looking right here. Payload, we want this at 21,000. 21,140. 21,140. So it looks like all we can do is that. 21 payload. What is that? 27. Sorry, 27. See, my eye's bad, man. 27,140. So the closest we can get is 27,349. So that works. We will accept that with the bulk fuel of maximum fuel is 9. Oh, max fuel is 9,800. Is that correct? Nope, not at all. We need 11,900. Oh, I'm glad I looked at 11,900. Looks like the closest we can get to that is 11,009 is 12. Okay. So 12,194 pounds of fuel, and our total payload is 27,349 on our paperwork for our plane. Like this, we will take that away, conquer that. Perfect. There goes our fuel. He's on our way. He's leaving. Okay. Perfect. So we got that set. We got that set. We got our V1s. We got our flap 1 transition. We'll get that from ATC. We'll have to worry about that now. Fuel, we just entered that in. We'll go to the performance page where I got that. We'll get that transition. We got our flaps 1. We got our inner page. We got our cost index. We got our cruise. And we got our flight plan. And we're perfect. Like, we are good to accept that. We're going to go ahead and turn on the... Let's set up... Actually, let's go ahead and set up the plane the way we like it now. Go for this left display. Let's get that bright. Perfect. Let's go down here to the middle console. This is a 3 in the afternoon flight, so we're going to go ahead and... Don't worry about the floodlights, but we are going to take the middle console, turn all the lights on in here. Let's go over here. Let's put our terrain on at this time. Flight directory comes on at this time. This is our indicator right here. This shows what our speed should be and what our altitude should be at our each vector. So we'll turn that on as well. Let's see if there's any restrictions, speed restrictions, or anything we need to know about. Let's put that on at this time. And then once again, our FMC, let's go ahead and make that bright with these knobs. This makes all of our knobs and our indicators up here nice and bright. We'll get that from ATC in a second. It's defaulted at 5,000 feet. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We are set, like this. Everything there is what we want. Let's go back to the ATC. Looks like we lost load of our... Oh, man. Let's see. Request power supply. Yeah. Sometimes it does that too, right? All of a sudden, ground power unit will be connected. It just disappears. There it is. And on top of that, let's go ahead and get our catering services. It should load again, though. There we go. And then once we hit baggage services, it should load too and get that going. I just hate how it disappears. Baggage services. Perfect, flight crew. So far, so good. So far, so good. So with that being said, let's jump back inside the plane. Since baggage crew's going, let's go over our flight briefing, flight crew, so you guys know exactly what we're looking at. Now we got everything set up in the plane. Boarding process is started. Fuel is done, and we're waiting for baggage crew. So, flight crew, let's do it. We are Frontier's airline that you saw, where the aircraft we're in is the 320neo is the aircraft we're in. Call sign today, 757 is our call sign, flight crew. That is our call sign today. We are in Denver, like I mentioned. We're going into Phoenix. Our alternate airport, if need be, is Tucson, Arizona, if need be. Today's date is September 24, 2023. Our departure time is 3 in the afternoon. Our 3 in the afternoon arrival time is going to be around 1:38. Actually, SimBrief got that wrong, flight crew, so I don't know what our arrival time is going to be. Man, there's always something, right? Actually, no, let's edit it. Might as well. Let's do it. We leave at 1500. And let's see when we're supposed to be there. Come on. Let's see. If we're going to do it, might as well just do it right. So, over here, we're going to leave it. This flight is scheduled for 1500. Apply that. Let's say no. Let's generate. So this is exactly what we're looking at, flight crew. All right, here we go. All right, so we leave at 1500. Our arrival time, flight crew, is going to be 16:58. There we go. SimBrief gave us an hour and 30 minutes to do this flight. The block time they gave us is an hour and 58 minutes. cruising altitude is going to be 33,000 feet, which we got from our flight plan. Cost index is 5, which we entered in. Distance we are flying is 549 nautical miles. Flight crew is the distance we're flying. Wind is 256 over 26 knots. And then right now, passengers on today's flight is 164 passengers. 164 on board. We already went over our bulk fuel. The bulk fuel and payload actually changed after doing that. Alright, we'll change again. Bulk fuel actually went up to 12,518 after just changing the time on the sim brief. It jumped up to 12,500. Interesting why that changed just by changing the time. So, max fuel right here. Bulk fuel 12,500 is what we need. So we're going to go back up here to bulk fuel. We're going to go 12,500. So the closest we can get is 6. Okay, and then our payload changed as well. Oh my god. Payload changed to 37,700. Interesting. Before we do that, let me just, aircraft 320neo. Perfect. Everything's fine there. I wonder why that changed. Total payload 37,000. That is interesting. So we're going to go 37,000. 37,700. 37. So the closest we can get is 38. The closest we can get 38,339 is the closest we can get. And then for our bulk fuel, which is supposed to be 12,518, closest we can get is 12,666. So I'm glad we looked at that again, flight crew. So now we'll accept that. Weird. Let's see if they still want us off at 25 right. They still want us on 26 left. They want us on 26 in Phoenix. They still got the same Summer and Eagle down with the GUP as the transition. So we're still all good there. Flight crew, we are all good there. How about our ground crew? Let me look at our ground crew. See how our ground crew is. Looks like ground crew's done. Flight crew, everybody's good. Let's finish our flight briefing and we can get up, wheels up. We've had left off in passengers 164 is on board. 12,518 pounds of bulk fuel, cargo 37,720 pounds, which we just went over. We're going off of runway 25, which we just mentioned, entered into the flight prime, and we're expecting on runway 26 into Phoenix, flight crew, with a cruising altitude 33,000 feet. All right, we are all good there. Fine, got it all set up. Took a little bit, a little rusty. Not gonna lie, that was a little rusty. All right. Let's go to the captain seat, which we're going to go to the captain view. We're just going to sit up a little bit and scoot forward. All right. Perfect. Let's go to the ATC. This ground crew's done now. Let's get our IFR clearance. We're going to go IFR today. We're going to go and see what the tower does. If we have to go rogue and turn them off, we'll just fly our flight plan ourselves. We will. But let's try it with the request of IFR clearance now. Let's see what they want our transition to be at too. We gotta go to 12,000 feet. But they want us at 34. We're not gonna take off at 34. We're not gonna take off at 34. We're not gonna do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay. Alright, we're at 12,000 feet, so that's our transition. So at 12,000 feet, we got that in the managed position, and let's go ahead and get our squawk of 128.25. Unfortunately, when you do it this way, you can't change the runway that you're going off of, so it looks like they do want us off of runway 8. I think that's 34 left, so we'll change it to a 34 left. So let's, it is what it is. Alright. So let's go to our performance page. They want us up at 12,000 feet as a transition, so 12,000. There's 12,000. We're going to put it there in the transition right there. Perfect. Let's go to our flight plan real quick. Unfortunately, we have to change that because they want us up at 34. 34 now. So let's go to, we can go to flight plan real quick, and we're just going to hit the poacher. And we're going to runway 34 now instead of 25. There's runway 34 left, right? That's where they want us at. They want us off of runway 34 left now. Let's pull up sim brief real quick. Let's edit that. Let's see if that changes anything. Runway 34 left. All right, let's see where they want us now. Now, flight crew. Let's see what they, since they have to change the runway, we got to change our approach and everything. Our approach, our departure. So let's see what they want us at. Okay, let's see. Width runway. It looks like we still stay the same, so that's fine. So we'll just type in 34 left. We'll go down here. We'll hit the summer. This is the one they wanted, something like that. So we'll still hit that. What's the transition of day? Perfect. And insert. Okay. We're fine there, Fleck. Let's just make sure our cruising altitude is still 33,000 feet that they put on here. So let's just make sure we are still 34,000. 33,000. I think I said 34. Yeah, 33,000 feet, still a cruising altitude, so everything is still fine. They just had to change that departure. Okay, we're fine there, flight crew. Perfect. We just had to change that. Let's go to the captain seat, the captain view. Everything else is done. Let's get our disconnecting. Let's go. ATC back on the line. Let's go to ground services. Let's get that jetway disconnected. We're going to go ahead and hit the HU bleed on. Enjoy the sound. Good looking plane, flight crew. That is a good looking plane. Alright, let's jump back in. APU should be coming up. Should be available here in a little bit. It is available. Perfect. There we go. Let's go ahead and hit battery 1 and battery 2 on this time. External power comes off. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get the ATC, get that GP unit disconnected from the plane. Power supply disconnected again. I'm telling you, man. Alright, we're good there, flight crew. Let's go ahead and request our pushback. We're going to push back and have our nose of the plane facing to the right side of the aircraft if we're looking this way right now. So let's go ahead and get our pushback going. Pushback has been accepted, flight crew. We're on our way. Let's go. Phoenix, here we go. Weather, flight crew. We didn't do the weather. I apologize. I'm rusty. So the weather down in Phoenix right now. Let's jump inside the captain so you can hear me. The weather in Denver right now, 72 degrees and rainy, as we saw at the beginning of the stream. And it's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight in the Denver. When we go into Phoenix, we are 100 degrees in the Phoenix. 100 degrees with 100 degrees with mostly sunny skies in the Phoenix. Mostly sunny skies. There you go. Phoenix, let's go. Pushback has been connected. We'll go ahead and release that parking brake. Pushback is engaged. Nice and easy, flight crew. We're going to get out here a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and turn the plane. Right there is perfect. Let's go. We're going to turn the plane to the right, so let's go ahead and hit it now. There we go, flight crew. We're going to go ahead and keep this until we get straightened out, so we're looking straight this way. Looking straight this way, then we'll go ahead and get that stopped and get the engines going, and we'll get up in the air. Nice little pushback flight crew, right? Not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and request this right now. By the time it gets done talking, it should stop. Right there, perfect flight crew. Parking brake set. Let's jump back into the captain's seat to the captain view. We are looking forward. That is good. We don't need this ATC on the line right now. Let's get that over. Get that turned off. Engine mode from the normal position. Let's put that in the start position. Let's go ahead and look up where's ground crew. Make sure they are out from under the plane. I don't even see them, flight crew. Do you see them? I hear them, but I don't see them. Where are they? There they go. They're right there. I just saw them. They're out from under the plane. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. Excuse me. Let's start engine 2. Enjoy. So weird why the internet does that. I don't get it. I don't even know if you can blame that on the internet or is that just my Xbox? I don't know. The Neo engines are a very quiet startup on this Xbox S. I wish the 319 that we rock, you guys, it has that big loud bass engine. Yeah, I wish these Neos came with that. This is the Pat Williams sound pack too. So interesting. Still very quiet on the startup when you start the engines. Engine 2 is holding at 20% and is available. Go ahead and start engine 1. Engine 1 is going to be coming up. Let's go ahead and hit our beacon light on at this time now. Perfect. Beacon lights on. Oh, flight crew, I didn't tell you. Flight crew, I didn't tell you. I bought the lights for the plane, actually. These lights are supposed to be HD now. Strobe light, taxi lights, all that. I bought the, it was only like $6 on the marketplace to buy the HD lights for the planes. So I bought that. Hopefully they come through. It's supposed to be the strobe light, the taxi lights, landing lights, beacon. All of it's supposed to be very high quality lights now. Very bright, apparently. So we'll see how that does. As of right now, it's really not dark enough to see, but we'll see when we turn everything on and see what it looks like. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. There we go. Engine 1 is at 12%. That's good enough to check the flaps. So flaps, let's bring those all the way down to 100%. Ground spoilers up and on. Bring those up. Look over to the left, flight crew. At our stick. There we go. Look right here, flight crew. This is actually where we're going to go ahead and look at our throttle. So we're going to go up. We're going to go back to neutral. We're actually going to go back to neutral as well. Let's go right. Let's go neutral. Left. One more time, but we're going to go ahead and go up. Let's go up. Hold it back to the neutral position. Back. Neutral position. Let's go left this time. Back to neutral. Right. Back to neutral. Perfect. Flaps go to 10%, 5%. Flaps for takeoff and for taxi. Engine mode from the start position back to the normal position. RTO is going to be on max. APU bleed comes off at this time. APU master comes off on this time. Turns off the APU start. Let's turn off our dome light at this time. Runway lights come on. Our nose light goes to the taxi position. We are ready to taxi, flight crew. We are ready to go. ATC back on the line. Let's let them know we're ready to taxi. Let's go back. Let's go ready to taxi. Go to the runway that they changed this on. Runway 34 left. Look where we're going, flight crew. Look at our flight plan now. It looks like, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Let me acknowledge that real quick. Acknowledge. Here comes the rain again. Oh, we could have just changed runways right there. I just saw it. I just saw where you could change runways. So that's good to know, flight crew, that we're not stuck on 34 left. We can actually change at that point. So we could have stayed on runway 25 that SimBrief wanted us to. Yeah, now we know that. But look at our flight plan. Looks like we're out, and when we turn and then we fly. Oh man, that is going to be that's interesting. Right, we can do that, flight crew. We can do that. Let's hit our ground services again. Actually, no, sorry. We're going to hit tower on, so we don't have to deal with the ground anymore. So tower comes on. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Back to the captain's seat. Captain B, we're just going to sit our chair up just a little bit. Just a little. Scoot forward. There we go. Check our lights. We should be ready to taxi. We are good to go, flight crew. Let's go ahead and give the engine some power. We're going to go ahead and release that parking brake. We're on our way. Let's go. I hear the rain, but I don't see it. It's not on the... I don't see it yet. I hear it. Let's see how the lights look. Those are definitely brighter, not gonna lie. The taxi lights are definitely brighter. I don't know, flight crew. That's a mystery to me. But we learned something today. We're not locked in on the runway. We can change it when we request the taxi. It's good to know on future flights. Since this is a different runway flight, I do not know how long the taxi is. If we were going runway 25 like we originally planned, we would be turning, I believe we would be turning left, right, and going up now. Denver Airport is having problems with the internet. Or is that just my internet in general? We've never had this many problems at an airport before. So I don't know if it's the airport or my Xbox. We'll see when we get up in the air if it continues to do it. There's the rain finally going on the windshield. Where are we going? Doesn't look like we're going. Looks like right there, right? Not too bad. Let's go to the drone camera. Put it right here so we can see the results of our takeoff. Doesn't look like that bad of a taxi. Now this weather though, man. I think that's us, flight crew. Let's not get too excited, right? Let's see if that's what really is. I mean, this United Airlines 1510 was parked right here, and this went up on the runway. So, hopefully. He's leaving right now. He's okay, he's taking off. Perfect. Number 2. Yep, this is us, Flight Crew. Engines to the normal, engines to the idle. Just use our speed up our momentum to this coast right here. There's 34 to the left. Perfect. Let's go ahead and stop short like they wanted. And I'll turn on the AI right now so AI can do the communications going forward. Perfect. We are stopped. Let's go over here, ATC, AI. AI is on. He's talking to the tower right now. We're getting ready for takeoff. Oh, they want us to line up and wait. We can do that. Roger, tower. Frontier 757. We will line up and wait. Flight crew, let's line up and wait. Alright, flight crew, it is cleared for takeoff. Roger, tower. Frontier 757, clear for takeoff. They want our altimeter at 3015, I believe. Double check that, that's what I heard. 3015. 3015, wind at 332. Cleared us for takeoff. Which means just come over here to the lights. Landing lights come off. Excuse me. Runway lights come off. Landing lights go on. Nose light goes to the takeoff position. And wing lights come on. Strobe light comes on at this time as well. We're going to ding the seatbelt sign one time. I mean the smoking sign so the crew knows we're about ready to take off. We're going to go ahead and turn off our windshield wipers. Those are off. Make sure everything's set here. Let's do our ground spoilers. Yep. Oh, we're resting. Ground spoilers up and on for takeoff. Engine mode's in the normal position. Flaps are at 5%. RTO is on max. APU bleed, APU master's off. Perfect, flight crew. Let's go ahead and hit our stopwatch. Let's get that going. Stopwatch is going. Engines up to 40%. We're going to release that parking brake. Flight crew, let's go. Engines are holding at 40. We do have forward momentum. There's 40 knots. Look down. Look down to the right. That's what we do right. Where to go? Oh, there's it. Going up a left, flight crew. Coming down the same way. Hope you can hear me. Look to the right. Engines flex. I know that internet was just cutting out right there. Hopefully you heard it. Knots. There's 140. We're committed. There's V1. Let's rotate. 15 degrees. We have a positive climb. Let's go gears up. Have a sharp turn to the right, flight crew. Here it goes. Follow our flight directory. Here we go, flight crew. We gotta follow this sharp turn. Keep following the flight directory. Lever. We gotta go down to climb. Lever's in the climb position. Perfect. Let's tip the nose of the plane down just a little bit so we can get some more momentum going. But we'll keep following the flight director, still my plane flight crew, till we get around this turn. Let's go flaps clean. Oh, that's so annoying, flight crew. I apologize for that stutter. I don't know where it's coming from. That's annoying. Flight crew is getting worse. How's it getting worse when we're leaving the airspace? Alright, let's transition to the autopilot. We're above 10,000 feet. We're going to transition to the autopilot. Autopilot is engaged. Let's go down here. Ground spoilers, just get those disarmed. Ground spoilers are disarmed. We're above 10,000 feet. We're going to ring this non-smoking sign one time. Passenger can use electronic devices. We're going to turn the landing lights off. Nose light comes off as well. Wing lights come off. Strobe light stays on. Beacon light stays on. And nav and logo light stay on. There is the result of our takeoff, flight crew. Beautiful. Coming up to 12,000 feet right now. We're at 11,400 feet, flight crew. Still coming up to 12,000 feet, where they want us to transition to our cruising altitude according to ATC. So we'll wait for our next. If we're flying IFR to them, we'll wait for our next. Nautical range, since we're above 10,000 feet, we'll push that out to 20. Right, coming up to 12,000 feet, let's see where they want us at now. Here we go. They say they want us up at 14 now. Interesting. Yeah, 14 it is. Roger Tower, Frontier 757, climb and maintain flight level 14,000 feet. I put 14,000 feet in. I put it in the managed position. We're above 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and put our barrel into the standard position. Altimeter in the standard position. We are cloudy coming up, flight crew. Cloudy. Look at this weather. Look at that. Roger Denver Center, Frontier 757, climbing. We're at 13,200 feet, climbing up to 14,000 feet. Look at that brake. Look at that, flight crew. Wow. That brake. Nice. All right, we're holding at 14,000 feet. Let's see what they want us at. We may have to just abandon ATC and just fly our flight path. Maybe. Let's see what they say. We're holding at 14,000 feet right now. All right, we're going up. We may have to cancel ATC. Why does it want us up at 33,000 feet already? Let's go, flight crew. Yeah, let's go. This is starting off bad from the beginning. So let's slide over here so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to put this up to 33,000 feet because that's where the flight plan wants us at. 33,000 feet, put that in the managed position. Come back over to the captain's seat to the captain's view. Scoot up just a little bit. Perfect. Let's get our climb going up to 33,000 feet. ATC's not trustworthy right now. Look at that brake, flight crew. Look at that brake. Coming up on 17,000 feet, flight crew. Our climbing profile right now looks like we're climbing 2,500 feet per minute, holding 320 knots. Smooth climb right now. Smooth climb right now, flight crew. Not too bad. Look what we just flew out of. Look what we just flew out of. That is crazy. Man. All right, flight crew. We are climbing smoothly. That's enough to look down at the McDo. Let's just make sure we're on the same page. So our cruise, when we get to Tiniz, T-I-N-I-Z, 33,000 feet. No, when we get to Peso. Peso is when we want to descend to 27,000 feet. So remember Peso, flight crew, because we're not listening to ATC. We don't trust them. So P-A-Y-S-O is when we need to start our descent down to 27,000 feet, and that's our descent down into Venus. So remember Peso. We'll also get the indicator on here as well, but remember 27,000 feet and Peso. Coming up on 23,000 feet. Then we turn our terrain off. We're above the clouds. We are pretty street. Seatbelt sign can come off. Make the call to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not free to move about the cabin. We do ask, though, if you do not need to move about the cabin, you just stay in your seat with your seatbelts fastened, just in case we hit unexpected turns. Made our call, flight crew. Let's just keep climbing. We're going to cancel the ATC. It's just going to keep bugging us. Actually, wait. Let's see if we can do this, right? It says right there, we can increase altitude. Right now, it still says we should be at 14,000 feet. Obviously, that's... So let's see if we can get this up to 33,000 feet. If not, we'll cancel it as soon as it gets done doing its thing. Request IFR clearance for instrument flight. We already did that. So there's just so many glitches. Alright, so lesson learned, flight crew. Going forward, we will not do that. Request IFR. We're just going to fly because it doesn't match up. Once again, the McDo on this and the flight, it just doesn't match well with the Xbox S. So going forward, we'll just do the flight cram, no ATC. Unless you guys want ATC, then we'll have to set the flight plan at the beginning before we load and get into the plane. We'll have to do it that way. It's the only way to match it with the ATC. So we either got to load the flight plan before we load the stream up so you guys can see it's already preloaded, so that way it matches the ATC, or We set up the flight plan like we do, and we do it without the ATC. So it's up to you guys. I'll let you guys choose what you want to do. Do you guys want me to interact with the ATC, or do you want me just to do the flight plan bare as it is with no ATC? Let you guys decide. Leave the comments below. Let me know if you guys want me to do that or not, or if you guys even care. This any type of comment, let me know, and we'll go with that flight crew. Let me know if you want the ATC or not. Right now, we just passed 30,000 feet. Flight crew still climbing up to 33,000. Right now, ground speed. Right now, we are at, what is our ground speed? Ground speed is right here on the top left. 457 miles per hour is our ground speed. Wind looks like it's 256 over 16. Okay. We are in the climb position. Looks like we're holding. We were up at 320 knots, but now we are obviously in 31,000 feet. So we're up and down speed for altitude. We're good. $32,000 feet, flight crew. Don't forget we're going up to 33,000. Alright, flight crew, there is 33,000 feet. That's our cruising altitude. Let's go ahead and go over our cruising altitude briefing, and then we'll be good for there. Our seatbelt sign is already off. So let's go into our cruising altitude briefing. First off, if you just jumped on board, if you just jumped on the stream, welcome. I'm your host. I am your captain, Phoenix Black Knight. We are playing Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox S. Welcome aboard, everybody. We just took off out of Denver. We're going into Phoenix. Right now, we are in the aircraft 320neo right now. Our call sign is going to be Frontier 757. And then, hang on, let's pull that up. I apologize. It's all over the place. Like I said, we're in the aircraft 320neo. Our flight plan is, our flight number, call sign is Frontier 757. Right now we're at a cruising altitude, flight crew of 33,000 feet. Passenger seatbelt sign is off. Passengers are free to move about the cabin. The distance we are flying today is 5. I'm telling you, flight crew, my eyes, I still can't see far away. Let's try this all again. Okay, the airtime that SimBrief gave us for this flight is 1 hour and 31 minutes. According to SimBrief, the block time they gave us to finish the flight was 1 hour and 59 minutes. So basically 2 hours to finish the flight, according to SimBrief, but they gave us 1 hour and 31 minutes. Cruising altitude, 33,000 feet. Cost index is 5. Distance we're flying is 562 nautical miles. Wind is going to be 258 over 26, and we just looked at it. It was like over 16. Passengers on today's flight actually went up to 174 from what we previously entered, and it all changed, yeah. Bulk fuel is going to be 12,825 pounds. Total payload is going to be 40,020. See, now it changed. SimBrief is weird. How is it changing again? Oh my. Okay, so anyway, we took off a runway 34 left out of Denver. We were supposed to do 25, but it changed us to 34 left. We took off there with the transition of summer out of there. When we go down, wheels down in the Phoenix flight crew, we are looking at runway 26, which is an ILS, but this is a payware airport in the Phoenix. The ILS doesn't work for me, so we'll be doing a Pappies in 2 white, 2 red on a 26. We're going to be Pappies going in with the transition of Eagle. Going into Phoenix since it's a payware and it doesn't work. The payware that I have, I don't know who built it, but there's only one payware airport for Phoenix and it does not work for me. The ILS does not work. You guys seen it, only half of the airport loads. The whole airport loads when you land in the Phoenix, but when you go to take off, only half of it loads. So, of course, it's the one airport I really wanted to work. It doesn't fully work. Don't have any problem with San Diego that way. I have a payware for San Diego, payware for Los Angeles. All those work perfectly fine. But one airport I really wanted to work, Phoenix, of course there's a problem with it. Of course there's a glitch, right? But other than that, flight crew, our cruising altitude briefing has been done. I'm going to go ahead and put my microphone on mute. Enjoy the sounds of the ATC. Enjoy the sounds of the game, flight crew. I will see you down on descent. See you then, flight crew. Enjoy the game. Flight crew, I'm interested to see what happens if we hit this. I'm hitting it again. I don't know what that did other than it just cleared us to go to Sky Harbor, which we already got clearance for. I don't know. Interesting. I wonder why it takes away your cancel too. Now it wants us to go to 19 as our heading and descend down to 28,000 feet and hold that way. Very interesting. Once it's at 28, let's go 4,000 feet and see if it gets us lined up. Let's up 4,000 feet. What's that? 12,000 feet. What? Why are we? Okay. We're done with this. We're done with ATC. It's clearly not even gonna. Not even remotely going to even be close to what we want. Actually, it's not in their flight crew. We're going to go to assistance. We're going to go into user experiences. ATC voices is terrible. It's not even close to what we're trying to do. So we're just going to shut it off. There we go. Shutting it off. It's not even close to what it wants to do. We're just going to follow our own flight plan. Not even close. Get flight crew. Pacing is what we're looking for. Pacing, we get down to, that's our start of our descent. Pacing, we get down to 27,000 feet. like we're in the Airbus 320neo to break up the flight a little bit since it is going to be kind of a long, kind of a cruise a little bit. So we go back and check out the passengers. Let's do it. Well, I think this the Neo allows us to do it, right? And maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. See? No, no, no. It does not allow us to go through. Not on this one. Not on the Pat Williams Sound. It doesn't. This is the cockpit from this side, flight crew. Yeah, so if you go ahead and just zoom back, here you go. This is what it looks like. It's too bad it won't let us go back inside the plane, right? It's too bad. Alright, captain's seat, captain view. I'm excited to go check out the updates they did on the 319, the 318, and the 321. Last time they did an update on the 321, they gave it the tablet. So I'm excited to see. I think I heard something on the 318 and 319. They did the interior, as in it's not just gutted. Remember when we flew it and we would zoom on the outside like this? And you can see through it, like if the windows you can see through and it's just hollow. Apparently they filled it all in. You can see seats now, people like that. I think I'm excited to check it out. I didn't want to fly it because I wanted to fly the Neo. We haven't been in the Neo for a minute, so I wanted to fly that. Plus it's a bigger plane. But I'm excited after the flight to go check out what the update was with the 318 and the 319 and see what the updates were. Flight crew, we got an Airbus. Took off from Las Vegas. It's a Spirit 2510. Let's see if we can find that out. 2510. Let's see where that's flying to. Let's see if we can. Let's go flight aware is where we're going to find it at. Let's go flight aware. Actually, no. Let's go to flight radar 24. That would be easier. Let's go flight radar 24. Flight crew. Let's see where that Spirit's going, shall we? Let's go to flight radar. They left out of Las Vegas, we know, so let's type in Las Vegas. Maybe. There it is. Let's show departures. Let's see where that guy was going. Was he going to Denver? Let's see. Departure. You gotta love all the chords, flight crew. You gotta love all the chords everywhere. Alright, let's go. Show more. Let's go departures. Let's see where that Vegas flight was coming. What was it? 5710, right? Is that what it was? Did we lose it? 2510. 4510. 2510. So let's see if we can get that Vegas one. And it was 2510. Active flight. So flight aware. We can actually look at the flight sign. Let's go flight tracking. Flight finder. Browse by airport. Browse by airport. I thought flight aware on the website would you could just look up the flight number. Apparently you can't. Just type in the flight number, see where it's at. Yeah. This flight finder. Oh, I won't do this. I don't know where it was going. Flight radar. We'll find it. We got it, flight crew. It's ready. 2510. Let's see. Flight numbers, departures. Battle. I want that to get touched. Let's see. More departures. Let's see where this thing was going. 25. Let's see flight crew. That. And it was Spirit. We know that. We're going. I'm on a mission, flight crew. We are gonna find this thing. We are gonna find it. Spirit flight tracking by operator. That's called MKS, which is Spirit. Let's 25. We're at 19. Let's go up more. Find it right here on this next page. It's going to be 25. 2510, right? That was it. Henry, there it is. It's going to, we're going to Albuquerque. Yeah, there it is right there. Found it. Right. Left Henry Reed Airport. It's an A320neo. Same thing with 2510 Spirit en route. Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's supposed to arrive at gate A7. It took off from Las Vegas out of gate A5. Departed at 4:49 p.m. They have an hour and 32 minutes left to go on their flight. They're going into Albuquerque. So that's pretty cool. We have real world flights and you can actually verify like that. And yeah, they left out of Vegas. It said that right there, going into Albuquerque, New Mexico. What was their cruising altitude they put? They filed for, their cruising altitude was 37,000 feet was their cruising altitude. And that's just to compare. We were in Denver, Colorado, and our flight plan was 33,000, going off of the MCU. To make do. I'll think about that going forward. All right, flight crew, listen where we're at on our flight plan. Let's go down since we turned the ATC off. Wasn't matching. That was terrible. I still got a little bit. We're still looking for pacing, which is going to be our, as I said, our descent down to 27,000 feet. Yeah, we still got a little bit. So we got 394 there, 400 here. What we travel 436. Distance total what we travel here 456. Is what we'll total travel when we get to there. Flopped again, so we're pretty close. Looks like we're about 2 vectors away. We'll be out the door 456 nautical miles by the time we get there. Distance 546 total. The only thing is, flight crew, I don't see our descend. Usually we have our little descend indicator, but the fact that we hit ATC, I don't know if that took it away or not. It's the first time doing it where we put it in the McDo and then ask for ATC, IFR clearance, excuse me, from the ATC. So I don't know if hitting IFR clearance from the ATC took away our descending. I don't know. I don't think it should not. Who knows with the Xbox S, man? I'm done guessing. I'm just at the point I'm like, that's right. Sounds right. Why would it not? Speaking of, there's the Sky West 3476. Where they take off? Oh, they took out of Austin. The AUS? That's Austin, Texas. Oh, yeah, that's out of Austin. What's the AUS, right? Right, flight crew? Am I seeing that right? I'm going with the bad eyes. You guys seeing that correctly? AUS? That's Austin, Texas. The AUS, right? Money. Yeah, I believe that was a AUS, which is out of Austin, Texas. Where are they going? That way out of Austin. wish it would just, the mic would just stay strong, like right there. It doesn't. Flop. See that crap? Just stay like right there. That's all I ask. Now we'll flop. We'll just, let's see if we hold it right there. There we go. Good enough for me. Don't forget, flight crew, when we go down into Phoenix, we're expecting 100 degrees and mostly sunny skies. So this whole weather train is going to change on us to clear skies and 100 weather from 71 in Denver. Don't forget, it was 71 and raining when we were in Denver, Colorado. I can't wait for the winter. Oh, these winter flights are going to be great, flight crew. Flying in the snow, using anti-ice where the engines don't lock up. That's going to be fun. Denver, Salt Lake City, here we come. For the snow, right? Yeah. Boise, we're going to make another Boise trip. Boise, Idaho, Montana, right? All those places. Chicago, oh, flying into Chicago. Michigan, New York, LaGuardia. Come on, JFK. Those places where it's snow. When does it really start snowing? Does it start really snowing in like October? When does it, or November? When does it really really start to snow? Like, are we still like a couple months out? And snow hitting the ground in places? Anybody on the back east? Anybody from New York? Anybody? Montana? Anybody? When does it start snowing? Gotta be like November, right? End of October? November? Speed is dropping, flight crew. I don't know if you noticed that we are dropping down to 240 knots, which means we're probably close to our descent. So I'm getting that. There we go. 33,000 feet. Yes, we are. We're getting close to our descent right now. We're going to start descending when we hit pacing, which is going to be our next one. We'll get down to 27,000. Actually, if we want to, we could probably, since it's on the managed position, let's see this, flight crew. I'm going to bring you over here so you can see what I'm doing. We're at 33,000 feet. Let's go ahead and put it down to 27,000, but we'll put it in the managed position, which means it shouldn't drop us until it's ready to. So we'll put that in 27,000 and we'll hit it in the managed position, which we did. Let's come back to the flight. Let's go to the captain seat, to the captain view real quick and see what it's doing on our altitude. It looks like it is going to start dropping us now. It's going to start dropping us at 1,500 feet per minute. It's going to drop us faster than that. Okay, so there's our start of our descent. Let's go ahead and get the fasten seatbelt sign on. Let's go ahead and make the call. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now making our descent down into Phoenix, Arizona. All right, we've made our descent to our passengers, so we're going down. We're going to get down to 27,000 feet. So technically, flight crew, I have practice. Now, if we wanted, we're going to show you something now. If you play on the Xbox S, I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to show you something. So, we're already entered in 27,000 feet. That's the part where he wants us to descend. We just hit it now. Now we're on pacing, so that's why we're descending, because we're already on pacing. Perfect. But if you go all the way down here, if we get it to the sea to where we pick up our glide slope, which is going to be at, there's Phoenix, there's our runway, pick up our glide slope right there. It's going to be 3,000 feet. So if we all go ahead and hit that now, flight crew, we are good the rest of the way on the descent. So if we come over here, let's put this down in 3,000 feet. And put that in the managed position, we should be flying all the way down into Phoenix. So we'll hit that, hit A, put that in the managed position, and that should get us our descent smoothly all the way down to our runway. It has done that on other airports, I haven't verified this. I haven't verified that it works consistently, but the last 2 or 3 times I've done this, it has worked just fine, getting us right down into where we need to pitch that glide slope up. So hopefully, now that we're on stream, it doesn't embarrass me and it does the same thing. Let's see what it does. See what it does for us. Right now our speed pulled back because we're on managed speed, so the speed went to 240 knots, so we're going to hold 240 knots all the way down. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. Let's turn on our terrain, out of sight, out of mind. There we go. Turn that on, so it's already on. Don't have to worry about the rest of the flight. Descending rate right now looks like we're at 1,800 feet per minute. 1,009 or 2,000. My eyes aren't gonna let me see that, flight crew. My eyes are gonna let me see that they're still healing. They're still healing. So let's look. Looks like our descending profile is 2,400 feet per minute. Got it down to 3,000 feet. Holding 240 knots. Wind right now. Let's check the wind. What does the wind say? 266 over 29. But we are descending. Right now, we're down at Eagle. Is our vector we're on right now. Oh, there's the top of the descent. That's what I was looking for. That's the top of our descent, flight crew. So if you play on the Xbox S, I don't know if it'll pull up on yours. It does pull up on mine, but this is indicating where your top of the descent is. So you're looking for that type of an indicator. And that turned the purple is blue, which is now purple, which means it's going to register in the managed position, which means we are in our approaching descent. So that is perfect, flight crew. We are actually going to look, we are holding and looking really well. Okay. We can always check our profile too, flight crew, if we need to. We can always check our profile, make sure we're descending, and each vector we're hitting, we're at the right point. So for example, how you do that, what I'm talking about is, we already know since we have this on, see how we turn this off? It gets rid of that purple, so you don't know what our altitude and what our restriction should be at that time. So that's why I like hitting that, so we can see our speed, what we're at, and what altitude we should be at. So right now, that speed says we should be no more than 250 knots. Is that what that says, flight crew? What does that say? 200 something knots, like my eyes. So anyway, see how it says we can't be over 200 something knots and the altitude of, what is that, 18,000 feet? 18. So right now we're at 19.9. Perfect. So we are descending on profile. So when we hit that, we should be 18. We're holding 240 knots, so we don't have to worry about the restriction of the speed knots there. So it looks like that's 270. 270 on the knots. We're going 240. We're perfect. And yeah, so that's how you check your descending rate. It looks like we are on. We're fine. We're descending on profile, so we're okay. Like, we don't need to make up or slow down. So managed position is working. See, we should be at 18,000. I think we should hold at 18,000 for a little bit. Yep. See how it comes up since we're at altitude? Coming up to 18,000? Perfect. Okay, let's trust it. Let's trust it. Oh, flight crew, my eye. Gotta blink it fiercely. Don't even know how I got it. I got an eye infection. I have no idea how I got it, flight crew. It has put me down for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I feel so much better now. Like it was literally overnight. All of a sudden, boom, that sand feel. You know, if you ever had eye infection, you just feel like you have sand in your eye, or just like little rocks. Yeah, that's what I felt like, man. 2 weeks, man. Just putting these drops in my eyes, just trying to clear everything up. It feels so much better. So much better. We're sending about 200 feet per minute right now. Looks like we're still holding about 17,000 feet? 17,000. Looks like we got a Southwest Airlines in front of us. 563. One more time, flight crew. One more time, just for fun. Let's see what that one is. That's a Southwest Airlines in front of us. 563. Let's see what we got. Let's hold that flight aware again. Flight aware. Flight tracking. Let's go by operator. Browse by operator. And that's a Southwest SW. It's a 563, should be. I left Denver tune is at 8,300 feet and descending. Can't find it on here. It's not pulling up. The numbers are too high. The numbers on here start at 1004. And that was a 564. Yeah, 563 is that one. There's no 5. Negative. Can't find that one. Alright, let's put it back. Not on that one, flight crew. Couldn't find that one. Southwest, you were always leaving, but you took out of Denver, though. What is it flying into? It's already at 8,000 feet flying out of Denver. What? And we're going into Phoenix? I mean, it could be going into Mesa. Mesa, Arizona? No. Flight crew, what are we sitting right now? We're still holding 240 knots. Looks like we're sitting at 17,000 feet. Am I correct there? Yep, 17,000 feet and holding straight. It looks like this next vector we are going to drop, though. We'll probably drop about right there, though, but we are holding 17,000 feet. Everything else seems good. Flight crew, nothing to address. Weather is clearing up. We got those clear skies that we talked about. Now we're probably hitting that heat, 100 degrees coming up. Delta 652. Is that a Delta 652 and a Southwest 652? Southwest 563. Let's check profile, make sure we're okay. Flight crew, we're at 17,000 feet still and holding. Let's go to flight plan. What should we be at? Right now we should be at, yeah, still should be at 17,000 feet. Next descent will be 7,000 after that big drop after this one. So when we hit C-Run, 7,000 feet. Right now we're on, is that Zerlo? We're on Zerlo right now. Is that correct? Yep, Zerlo for another 14 nautical miles. And then we'll start to descend that 6,000 feet. Phoenix, I'm going to Phoenix, my home state. Open to the 100 degrees. That's only 100 though. That's fall weather. That's winter weather. 100 ain't nothing. Definitely left the clouds behind this flight crew. Look at that. Behind us, yeah, look at that. Denver, 71 degrees and rainy and cloudy too. Clear skies. Nice. Then that southwest, look at that. 7,700 feet right there. Where is it going, man? It left from Denver as well. Huh. What runways? Like, I don't even know what's right there. Who knows, Flight Crew? Who knows where that one's going? Coming in, Flight Crew. After we make that bend to the left right there, when we turn right, I mean, we're straight into runway 26. Don't forget the ILS does not work on this, so we're going pappies. We'll create our own glide slope when we should catch it. We're going to create our own glide slope and descend about 700 feet per minute, and then we should be able to catch the glide slope going forward. That's how you activate it as well. I didn't tell you that, Flight Crew. On this Phoenix Airport that I bought, you have to create your own glide slope or it won't catch it. You'll just fly right over it. So to create your own glide slope, I've learned over trial and error is 700 feet per minute is what it will accept to start your descent. So we'll do 7,000 feet and we'll descend at 700 feet per minute, and then automatically we'll catch a glide slope and we'll be good. I don't know why it does that. No. And I paid for the airport. It's a pay-away airport and I have to do that. So anyway, all right, started descending down to 7,000 feet. We just hit, I think we're on Ciron now. So now we're going down to 20. Yeah, we're going down to 7,000 feet. Passing 16,000 now. Looks like our speed has dropped again. I'm not going to do our flaps yet, but our speed has dropped below 220 knots. Looks like it wants to hold at 210. That was that restriction that we saw, that you guys saw when I was showing you guys. Looks like they want us at the 210. So to keep that in the managed speed position, it will match that and get you below 210, which is where we're at now. I'm not going to do the flaps yet. I'm not going to do the flaps till we get to 7,000 feet. Then we'll do flaps 1 and get it ready for approach. Speaking of approach, yeah, let's go ahead and activate the approach phase. So let's go ahead and hit the performance tab. There it is. And then let's go down here. You guys can read what I'm saying. There is preview space. There's the approach. It's already activated the force. All right, even better. Activated force, and we're only at what, 14,000 feet? See where we're at now. Flight crew, set our plan. Flight plan, where you at? Flight plan. Here we are. Says we, whoa, flight crew. Says we be 6,000 feet. How's that possible? This flight was due from the beginning. We're gonna have to do a go around flight crew. I wonder why that Southwest was at 8,000 feet below us. That's why. Huh. Yeah, we're not going to make it. There's the end of our thing. We are going to have to come around and go back. All right, we will. Yeah, our runway. That's interesting. You know what? Not even going to lie. I'm not going to say this, but it did this last time the 2 weeks I wasn't flying, when I was just flying to see if my eye can hold up. It did this to me last time too. I was high when I was coming down as well to the, so I had to force my nose down. We're not going to do it here, obviously, but yeah, I had to force the nose down to get us down low to get into Phoenix. Last time I did this, so that's, so the fact that I did it twice is interesting. $10,000. We should do this. Bring that. Nose light comes on. Landing lights come on. Wing lights come on. Beacon light stays on, nav and logo light stays on as well. What we'll do is we're just keep flying it out, flight crew. We're just going to keep flying it out, and then we'll get down to where we need to be, and we'll circle around and do it again. At the same time, we're going to activate flaps 1. Alright, flight crew, I'm going to take it. It's going to be my plane. And we're going to fly this out. We're going to come back to it. Actually, flight crew, we could probably go here. Let's do declared missed approach already. Acknowledge handoff. Report missed approach. Autopilot comes on. Acknowledge. Alright, they want us to descend and maintain 7,000 feet, which we can do over here. Up to 7. Clear this, so it wants us to go back to there again. So let's do it. 7,000. Let's go direct. So you guys can see where I'm going. We're going back to C-Ron. Where is it? There it is. Let's go there. Let's look up and see where that puts us. should take it backwards, direct. Should start moving, start turning. There we go. Okay. 7,000 feet. Where are we at, flight crew? We're at 7,000 feet. Let's do this again. That wasn't a fair approach. Can't hold that one against us. That we were set up for doom at the beginning. So 7,000. We'll do it again. Nautical range. Oh, I don't want to push that. Nautical range. We're going to pull that within 10. Where is Cimarron at? Right. We're on Cimarron right now. 2 miles. So that works. Cimarron's going to be up here, I believe. Like, it's up there. Then we'll flip it around and back down. And it looks like we'll hit 6543. We'll move it down. Yeah, 76543 on the casting glass over 3,000 feet. So let's get back there. All right, let's do localizer. It's not going to work like I remember, so, but this is the only way I can get it to cast the glide slope, but it's not going to work. Remember, we're pappies. Altimeter should be as well. Let's see what our altimeter should be. Flight crew altimeter should be 7,000 feet, 29.79. There we go. 29.79. Turn our wing lights off. And let's ding the cabin, let them know we're going to turn around and get ready for approach. Up with the internet. Should be the internet's acting weird, flight crew. Hang in there. Oh, hang in there, Xbox. We're almost done. Yeah. So it did this to me last time. That's why I was so smooth on. I knew how to declare this approach and get everything going. That is so weird. That is that same flight. We were right on profile too, flight crew. We've checked it multiple times. All right, here we go. We're going to be Cimarron. Let's see what happens if we automatically put this at 3,000 feet where we're going to catch our glide slope. Put that in the managed position. What happens? All right, we're descending now. Ooh, too far. Right there, flight crew. Yeah. Flight crew, I just went down the flaps too. That put our speed down to 180 knots. Okay, we should start straightening out, perfect, and we should start going left. I'm going to put my throttles, look at the throttle, we're going to put it, actually look to the right to the throttle, we're going to put that by the R, it's ready for reversers. I'm going to take over my speed is going to be 180 knots right now, whoa, 180, I'm going to hit that. I'm going to go ahead and make our flaps come down again, we're going to go flaps 3, beautiful. We got 3,000 feet already entered in and entered it into the managed position, so we should start descending right now. Perfect. And we are. As soon as we straighten out, we're going to go ahead and hit our lock on, then we'll hit our localizer. Lock on, then we'll hit our approach, excuse me. There we go. Let's hit the lock. Let's go ahead and hit approach. As soon as it, there we go. Approach. Don't forget, we're going to hit our glide slope at 700 feet per minute so we can catch that going in the Phoenix. Drone cameras, you can see the gears come down quite smooth right there. Right now we're at 5,000 feet. I'm watching our descend right now. If we got to do this, we should start descending to 4,000 feet as soon as we get to this next vector quickly. If it does not, we're going to take it out of the managed position and put it just descend. That's the case. And we should start descending now, hopefully. If it does not, descending is the question I want to know. Descend. I don't understand why it's not descending quite well. What is up with the aircraft, man? You need to get down to 3,000 feet. What is this problem? Alright, flight crew, I'm going to take over the plane from here. Gears down. Go outside, you guys can see it. Beautiful. Coming right there. I'm going flaps full. Spoilers up. 135 on the speed. 135 on the speed. Runway lights up. Auto brake's gonna be on medium. I'm gonna fly it in from here, flight crew, my plan.
2,500.
Continue. Runway's right there in front of us, flight crew. We're going to continue at 1,000 feet. Looking for the Pappage, flight crew. Looking at the Pappage to the left. That lock on. Continue.
400.
We're continuing.
300. 200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Wheels down. Let's get that nose down. Yeah, nose down. Reversers. Beautiful flight crew. That was a different. Reversers off. What was that? I don't want that on. Let's hit this left right here. That was, I don't know, flight crew. We were set up for the beginning. Doomed on that one, man. We were. Let's go ahead and stop here. Looks like we got United Airlines right here in front of us. All right. Parking brake set. Engines to the neutral position. Runway lights go to the restricted position. Oh, not that one. Nose light goes to the taxi position. Let's take those wing lights off. Let's hit that strobe light, stay on. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's go to the RTO max. Flaps up, 5%. Ground spoilers. Up. Perfect, flight crew. ATC on the line. Let's go to ground services. Let's see where our gate is. English ground. Exit gate. There we go. Engine power. Releasing that parking brake. Flight crew, welcome down Phoenix, Arizona. That was flight crew. We were set up to fail at the beginning of this flight, man. I think we're gonna have to go back to what we were doing at the beginning, where we set up the flight plan right at the beginning. The big dude just doesn't play well with the Xbox. It really doesn't. To where our gate is at. Alright, we're not going to see any more runways. We're going to go ahead and turn off that strobe light. Hopefully it doesn't make us cross the bridge. If it does, we sink in the bridge, flight crew. So we're not going to cross it. We'll make our own gate. But hopefully you guys like the flight. Hopefully you like the content. If you did, hit that subscribe. Come fly along with us. We're going to be back. More consistent now that the eye is feeling better, and we're gonna do, flight crew. What is this? Where are we at? Oh, we're not the. Looks like we're just down in here. All right, we can do that. Sky Harbor Airport, Phoenix, Arizona. Us. There. Parking brake set. Engines to neutral position. Seatbelt sign is off. Flaps are up. Master alarm can come off. Perfect. Killing engine 1. Runway lights. 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 And light. Perfect. Engine 2. Once again, flight crew, welcome down Phoenix, my home state. We could have done a better approach to that. That was we could have done better, flight crew. We could have done better. But hey, we made it down. We made it down. Not too bad. Let's get this. What was our time? Hour and 41 minutes according to that. An hour and 41. Let's see if APU bleed comes on, APU master, all that comes on. Boom, boom, boom. Ground services. Let's do baggage or power supply. Sure, whatever you want to do, Xbox. That's fine. All right, let's do baggage supply then. Let's do catering services. You guys can see it. Kinda. Right there. There you go. Let's go ahead and turn the engines off, the pumps off. Alright, flight crew. That is it. Once again, I hope you guys like the content. I'm glad to be back. As you can tell, my eye was still a little fuzzy, still a little hard to see some of these small writings, but we're gonna get healed. We're on the way back. It feels great. It felt to be back to be flying with you guys again. Welcome back to the stream. If you guys just jumped on, don't forget, hit that subscribe. You guys come follow along with me. Come fly along. It's great. We'll be leaving, flying out of here. Since today's Thursday, we have to change our schedule up a little bit because of the football schedules and stuff now. Flight crew. I didn't realize I would be competing with all those people. So flight schedule is going to be changing again. I'll have to look and see what we got. But as of now, we're done for the week. Thursday's usually our last day. and we take Friday and Saturday off and hit it hard on Sunday. But with Sunday being such a big day, sharing it with football and everything, may have to swap some things around. So I'll have to get back to you guys. But it was nice to get back in the captain's seat. It was nice to get a stream in and nice to interact with you guys. Have a great night. Have a great rest of the week, you guys. I won't be flying again. I'm going to let this eye hail. I won't be flying live again until next week. So we will be putting it up. I have to see if it's Sunday or not. We'll have to see if I will. I mean, we're tune in Sunday. I will be flying Sunday, but I'll probably be announcing a new schedule at that time. So 10 a.m. Arizona time on Sunday. Do tune in. Maybe coming up with new schedules, but have to compete with football. But other than that, flight crew, what a flight. Like I said, we were set up for doom at the beginning. We were able to put it down. Though not one of our smoothest landings, but we're still able to put it down. I think going forward, we're just going to have to put our flight pattern in the beginning. It's just so much easier that way. Yeah, that way we can interact with ATC and everything like that, flight crew. So maybe that's what we'll do going forward. But other than that, flight crew, I am Phoenix Black Knight. I am logging off. I am out here. I will see you guys later.